You have felt it, haven't you? That heavy whisper in your mind telling you that you are not quite where you should be, that others have moved ahead, leaving you in their dust. This feeling, this quiet ache, it pulls at you. In a valley nestled between ancient, silent mountains, lived a young farmer named Kael. His days were spent tending his small plot of land. He sowed seeds, watched the sun warm the earth, and felt the rain nourish the soil. Kael worked hard. His hands were calloused, his back strong. But as the seasons turned, a different kind of burden began to weigh on him. He would often climb the highest ridge at sunset, not to admire the beauty, but to gaze across the valley. He saw the smoke rising from the grand estates of other farmers, lands vast and prosperous. He saw their full barns, their sturdy fences, their children laughing freely in wide, open fields. His own small farm, though fertile, felt inadequate. He remembered the friends he grew up with. One became a successful merchant, traveling to far-off cities. Another, a master carpenter, built magnificent homes. Kael often thought of them, and a bitter taste would fill his mouth. He felt a deep ache, a sense that he had somehow missed his path, fallen behind. He questioned his choices. He questioned his effort. He wondered if he had wasted his youth, or if he simply wasn't destined for the same kind of abundance. Each sunrise brought not just light, but the shadow of what he thought he should have achieved. Kael tried everything he knew. He worked longer hours, pushing himself until his muscles screamed. He woke before the sun, slept long after it had set. He tried to innovate, planting new crops, experimenting with different irrigation methods, all in a frantic attempt to catch up. He borrowed money to expand, hoping that more land would bring more harvest, more prestige. But the expansions brought only more debt, more worry. The new crops were fickle. The weather turned against him, too often bringing drought when he needed rain, or fierce storms when the fields were ripe for harvest. Each setback reinforced the belief that he was simply not good enough, not lucky enough, not fast enough. He saw the merchant friend return from a distant port, laden with exotic goods, his clothes fine, his laughter booming. Kael felt a sharp stab of envy, followed by a wave of shame. He hid away, not wanting to face the pity, or worse, the judgment in their eyes. He started avoiding the village gatherings, sitting alone by his hearth, the crackling fire doing little to warm the cold knot in his stomach. Sleep became elusive, haunted by images of grander farms and more successful lives. He saw himself as a slow runner, watching others vanish into the distance. He felt like a tree whose fruit would never ripen, standing small and unnoticed while the forest around it grew tall and strong. He blamed himself for every missed opportunity, every perceived mistake. The thought, "I am falling behind," became a drumbeat, stealing his joy, dulling his senses. Even the taste of fresh water from his own well felt flat, the sweetness of his own apples bland, the beauty of the valley muted by his own despair. His spirit felt as parched as the driest summer earth. He sat one evening, watching the last sliver of sun disappear, a deep weariness settling into his bones. He wondered if he would ever escape this feeling, this endless race he seemed destined to lose. One morning, as Kael sat by his well, head in his hands, a shadow fell over him. He looked up, startled. Standing there was an old woman he had never seen before. Her back was bent like an ancient willow, her face a map of countless seasons, deeply etched with lines that spoke of long days lived under the sun. Her eyes, however, held a startling clarity, a deep, calm stillness that seemed to see right through him. She carried a simple staff carved from a gnarled branch and a small woven basket, empty. She was dressed in plain, worn clothes, blending almost seamlessly with the earth. She did not speak, but merely looked at him. Not with pity, not with judgment, but with a gaze that felt like the quiet, observing sky. Kael felt a strange mix of discomfort and an unexpected calm in her presence. He felt a fleeting urge to explain himself, to justify his perceived failures, but the words caught in his throat. What could he say to such a silent observer? She seemed to embody the very mountains he lived amongst, ancient, unhurried, knowing. He wondered where she had come from, how she had come to be at his isolated farm, and what she might want. There was something in her silence that was both intimidating and deeply inviting, like an old story waiting to be told. He found himself unable to look away from her steady, unwavering eyes. He felt a prickle of something he hadn't felt in a long time, a tiny spark of curiosity, a faint opening in his heavy heart. This woman, with her quiet strength, was different. Finally, Kael broke the silence. "Old woman," he began, his voice rough from disuse, "why do you look at me so? Do you see my struggles? Do you see how far behind I am?" The old woman, Alara, smiled faintly. Her voice was like the rustle of dry leaves, soft but clear. "Young one, I see a deep river flowing through you, churning with hurried thoughts. Tell me, what do you chase so fiercely?" Kael sighed. "I chase what others have. I chase the feeling of being enough. I feel behind. Everyone else has built their great barns, cultivated their vast lands. My life feels small, stuck." Alara nodded slowly. She bent down and picked up two small, smooth stones. She held one out to Kael. "Hold this." Kael took the stone. It was cool and smooth. Alara then held up her own stone. "This stone," she said, "is a young sprout. It dreams of becoming a towering oak. And this stone you hold, Kael, is a rushing river. It dreams of reaching the sea." Kael looked from his stone to hers, confused. "But a stone cannot be a sprout or a river. It is a stone." Alara's eyes twinkled. "Precisely. Does this sprout compare itself to the river? Does the river fret it is not yet the vast ocean? No, each thing is itself. It follows its own unfolding. A sprout knows only to grow. A river knows only to flow." She paused, letting her words settle. "You, Kael, are like a unique seed. You are not meant to grow into the oak that someone else is. You are not meant to flow as someone else's river. Your path is your own soil. Your unfolding is your own sun. When you gaze at another's harvest, you forget the unique season of your own seed." Kael felt a peculiar jolt. The simplicity of her words resonated. Alara gently placed her stone back on the earth. "Catch up to what? To whom? There is no race, Kael. There is only life. And life, true life, is always exactly where it needs to be, doing what it needs to do in its own perfect time. A river does not compare its bend to another river's waterfall. It simply flows. Its beauty is in its flow, not its destination, not its speed." She pointed to his small, cultivated plot. "Look at your field. Does it compare itself? Or does it simply receive the rain, drink the sun, and offer what it can?" Kael looked at his field, truly looked, perhaps for the first time in years. He saw the green shoots pushing through the soil, the sturdy stalks of grain, the vibrant colors of ripening fruit. He saw the work of his own hands, the silent perseverance of the land itself. The stone in his hand no longer felt like a symbol of what he wasn't, but a simple, grounded thing. A quiet understanding bloomed within him. He was not a river trying to be an ocean, nor a sprout trying to be an oak. He was Kael, a farmer with his own plot, his own season, his own unique unfolding. The heavy whisper of behind began to recede, replaced by a soft, steady hum of presence. He felt the sun on his skin, the breeze in his hair, the solid earth beneath his feet. The taste of fresh water moments later was suddenly crisp, sweet. The apple from his tree, bursting with flavor. He still had much to do, but the frantic urgency was gone. A deep, quiet peace settled over him, like the evening dew. He knew his hands would still work, but his heart would no longer race against an invisible clock. He was simply where he was, doing what he did, and that was enough. More than enough. He was simply Kael, living his own life. The illusion of being behind is a shadow born of comparison. Your true path, your unique unfolding, has no competition, no race to win, and no fixed timeline. It is simply your own journey, happening in its own perfect season at its own perfect pace. You are never behind, and you too carry your own unique seed. You have your own soil, your own sun, your own perfect season. What if you stopped gazing at the fields across the valley and simply tended your own? What if you let go of the invisible race and simply allowed your own life to unfold with all its unique bends and quiet flows? The only race you are in is with your own peace. And that race begins the moment you stop running.